This is a demo of modeling the wheelbarrow, and let's get you guys started. So I imported this image just as a reference. Now the wheelbarrow doesn't have to look exactly like this, but let's just get it pretty close. The idea is to kind of learn how to control surfaces and things like that. Let me see. First of all, let's just kind of figure out scale. Let's say that's 10 inches, 10, 20. I'm going to assume that this is about 30 inches by maybe 20 inches. So let's just start off with a rectangle that is starting 0. And then I'll go 30 inches by 20 inches. Okay. I'm thinking that it should be a little bit longer. So I'm going to edit it out. Okay. And then I'm going to fill it. And since this is 20 inches, I'm going to set my fillet to about 9. So I'll go 10. That way it'll be exactly half. So that gives me this kind of a corner here. And then I'm going to fillet the back 3 inches. Just a tighter radius here. Okay. So it seems like, yeah, the wheelbarrow's fairly straight and it comes forward. Maybe the front gets a little bit pulled out a little bit more. Nah, I'll just leave it. Actually, you know what? I am going to shrink it, but I'm going to actually shrink it kind of triangular here. So I think I'm going to do a cage edit. Bounding box, world. I want 3. And I want my degrees to be 2 degrees are fine. And then I can take maybe these guys and reduce it kind of like that, and that gives me a nice little kind of shoe horse. Maybe that was too much. Oops. I pushed F10 to expose the control points. Maybe something like that. Alright, so then I can delete my cage, and my object is, you know, nicely done here. Let me see, what do I want to do here? We can do a couple of things. I think let's try just extruding it. Pretty large. Look at that. Actually, no. I am going to create a copy. So I'm going to shift and I'm going to tap Alt real quick to make a copy, and then kind of do that. And then I'm going to move it back, kind of like that. Go to my front and move it up. Yeah, that's good. And I'm going to draw the little lip. So first, I think I'm going to just do yeah, I think I'll just do it. And then I'm going to rebuild. Five, 3, okay. Up, tweak that. And I want to get this close to tangent as possible. So if these two lines are lined up, it'll be tangent. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, maybe like that. So I have this shape. Maybe pull this a bit more. So I have that shape there, and this one actually is going pretty straight down, but I think I'm going to keep my surface. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exactly like this. I'm just looking for some kind of surface control and things of that nature. So okay, so I'm going to do a sweep 2. Take that. And that. So I have my little bucket here. Then I can do planar surf. That's a plane right here. Oh. Planar surf. Okay. So this and this are two separate objects, so we will be combining them soon. Yeah, we can combine them now. And then we could do a shell or offset. It's going to offset to the outside, which is good. Hopefully it wouldn't fail on me, but let's do kind of like a 1/4 inch or like an 1/8 inch. Yeah, so I got a little thickness here now. Oop. Offset. I don't think I made it to be solid. Solid, yes, is what you want to click. Yes. There we go. So now I have a solid chunk of metal bucket. And then let's just go ahead and put some arms and things like that. So I'm just going to elevate this thing up a little higher. Oh, you know what? I don't need these curves anymore. And let me see. It seems like there's this kind of a, yeah, let's just do the pole first. Go something like that. Okay. And then it's going to be like a square to a circular kind of transition as it gets to kind of a circle towards the handle. I think the angle's a little bit more stupid. Like I said, guys, it doesn't have to be perfect to the shape. Actually, you know what? Instead of modeling it like this, I think I'm going to model it flat. And that way then I can rotate it later. So I have this thing here, which is about this long. So I'm just going to draw a rough line about that long. I go to front view or right view, draw. Let's say the tube is like 2 inches by 2 inches. Since I didn't start my square at 0, I'm going to type at 2 inches by 2 inches. And that's a relative position, right? Come here. There. And I will make another copy of this thing so that I can maintain my rectangle, and then at a certain point it kind of transitions into a circle. So like that. Alright, so let's just do a sweep and see how that works. Sweep 1, you have one rail, and you have this guy, that guy, and that guy. So there you go. So now I have a handle, which is not capped, so I'll just cap it. Forgot to turn on solid option. I'll leave this one flat, and I'm just going to make a copy just in case I need to edit more stuff. That goes like that. I'll move this off to the side here. And that's definitely right underneath it, so I'm just going to take that and actually it rotates towards the center. Just cross it like this and I'm going to trim that off. Let's see, yeah, I guess I'll trim it off and then you get the wheel. So I'm going to leave a little bit of room for the wheel. Like that. Just draw a line here. We draw a center line. Oops. And I'm going to assume that the wheel is about maybe 3 inches thick. Let's make it 4 inches thick. So I'm going to offset this line 2 inches. Offset 2 inches that way. And that way. So then I'm going to use this line here. Oops. Oh, I think sorry. I'm going to go back to offset. I had cap on, so I don't want to go. I'm going to go cap none. So then it's just a straight line offset. Okay, so I'm going to use this line here to trim. Cutting object is going to be this guy, and I'm going to trim off that surface. So that gives me that little, I guess, the angular cut that this wheelbarrow is supposed to have. Let me see, cap that so that it's solid, and I'll mirror that. And then we're going to do the wheel. Let's see, how do I want to do the wheel? Let's do the cool rims first. I mean, if you guys want to take the time to do the little hexagon, that'd be great. If you don't want to do it, I'm okay with that too. But let me see, how do I want to do the rim? I think I'm just going to do a little revolve. So I'm going to do a little sketch here of the rim. Let me see. We said 2 inches, right? So I'm going to type 2. So that gives me my 2-inch. That's the width of my rim. So then I'll just kind of take some sort of a rim. Then let's make it, I don't know, 8 inches in diameter, so I'll just type 4. And that's pretty jacked up here, that line. Two inches. 4 inches, right? I guess that was my 4 inches. Okay. Let me do. Trying to come up with a rim design on the fly is kind of tricky, actually. Like that. Trim. Actually, you'll see why pretty soon. Explode it. Okay, so I'm just going to use this to kind of give me a surface revolve. It looks pretty thick. I'm going to just reduce that down just a little. Actually, I will mirror this. Check, like if I have similar thickness there. Just want to try to get it close. Just delete it. Just create another line. So here's my center of my wheel. And then so I'll revolve this thing, and then later on I think I'm going to make my wheel itself. There's multiple ways of making a wheel, but I think I'm just going to cheapen out here and just kind of give you guys a something like that. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. And then actually I am going to kind of cover it up. Join those together and all of these guys. Okay, so I'm ready to revolve, and I can see my drawing is all wacky because the way how I drew that arc. That's an easy fix though, so I'm glad I made that mistake, so I can show you guys again what set point does. Set point. I want to set it, I believe, in the red axis, which I believe is the X. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll figure out right now. Yep. And then I'll just snap it back to where it should be. Okay, so it took that stretched arc and then just kind of combined them together all into one shape. Okay, so I want revolve. So I want to revolve that. And then my revolve axis is from here to here. So I got this rim. It's kind of hollow here, but I left it on purpose so that I can just cap it and I get a flat surface rather than a revolved surface. It makes a bit of a difference when you start to render later. And then I'm going to revolve again. Revolve this guy from here to there. So there you go. So I have my rim looking good. I'll take it somewhere around here. I guess it's a little skinny, which is no big deal. I just kind of fatten it up. Excuse me. Okay, I think that looks good. I'll take it. Alright, so we're pretty close. So let's see, we're going to do this, I guess this metal thing that attaches to the bottom of the handle, goes down and then attaches to the side, and then goes over, and then it attaches to the bottom of the wheelbarrow. So I'm going to go to this view, and I'll just start sketching something that's like this, And I'm not going to really bother with that arc, and then, and then I'll adjust it. So look at that, what it looks like. The arc and then a V, okay. So it kind of goes something like that. Really, F10, I think this thing goes something here. And then there's kind of a radius here. So I'm going to widen this thing so that I can put a fillet on it. And then again, I don't know if I drew this thing perfectly flat, so I want to check it against my perspective. When I did it, it's all kind of cockeyed. So again, I'm going to go set point, this time in the Y, and I'll just set it somewhere like there. Okay. And then later I am going to tweak this back, but right now I want to actually get back now. Goes here. Oh no, because it'll just get rotated, I believe. So I think I'm just going to leave it alone for now. Let's see what I need to do. I need to make a profile of that metal piece. I imagine some sort of a C shape. So I'm going to come here and kind of draw. Copy. Seem right. Just align them. I'll go vertical center, then align, horizontal center, and they both got aligned. And I'll take this and 10, these two guys, stretch it out. That way then I can trim. Actually, like I should get a little thicker. Oh, there's another cool tool here called Curve Tool, and then do where is it? It's not here. But there was a Bullion Curve. Yeah, Curve Bullion. Like that. Then I can click that, and then it gives me. Oop, did it do it? I think I canceled. Never mind. Well, actually, I should just do it for you guys. Curve from objects. Bullion. I created a curve from these two kind of things, right? So I don't need this anymore. So anyway, just a little nifty little tool. Now I kind of want to move this to this using kind of center midpoint. I'll grab that midpoint and put it right at that end section. Actually, I'm not quite sure how it's going to sweep, so we'll see. Actually, I need to fill it a couple of things. I think this will be something like a 1 inch. Ooh, this thing is huge. I've been working in feet, so I'm just going to keep working in feet. Fill it 1 feet. Check your scale, guys. Let's fill it this 4 feet. All right. Okay, so let's try what this looks like as a sweep. So this part is kind of failing a little bit because it doesn't know how to quite make that turn. So I think that fillet has to be tighter. Let me see. Let me go to road light. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I could take that. And then this guy, I could also rotate a little bit and just kind of jam in there. I believe it's something like that. So yeah. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then, of course, then you mirror that. Okay. And you have yourself a nice little wheelbarrow. Alright? So, you know what? Kind of explore, try to figure out how to model things. And yeah, do your best. We will see you in the next demo.